Morrow with Morrow Boyz Custom Trailers. For the last few years I've been renovating older RVs, turning them into modernized mobile businesses, campers, and different rigs for different people around Central Texas. The way I started was I had a food trailer myself. It was a big fifth wheel RV, 30 feet long, and things happened and I decided that business probably needed to stop, and so what I did was I put it on the market for sale. I ended up getting more than I thought I would for it, which gave me an idea. So I went and got another RV, turned it into basically a kitchen, and sold it as well. So that was about 3 years ago. I've done about 10 ever since. And now I've done campers, and I've done mobile clothing boutiques, I've done coffee shops. You can definitely see all the projects that I've done on morrowcustomtrailers.com. So, you know, basically what I'm doing is I'm taking an RV, maybe 20 years old, 30 years old, and I'll gut it down to the studs. I'll fix everything that's wrong with it, wiring, plumbing, insulation, any kind of leaks or wood rot. Make sure and repair all that stuff, and then I put it all back together with brand new materials. So you can see a lot of the projects and stuff that I've done, the progression of the entire project from start to finish on the website, morrowcustomtrailers.com. You can also go to Facebook and type in Morrow Boyz with a Z, Custom Trailers, and you can find the Facebook page where you can actually follow every project that I do while I'm doing it. Today I want to show you the one that we just finished. It's a 1976 Prowler RV. I'll show you some before pictures. It was green and white, it was busted up, it was ugly, and it's 40 years old. And so I basically took that trailer and turned it into what I'm about to show you. This company is going to be called Bruce Lee Tea. It's going to be an Asian fusion tea company down in San Antonio. And they're going to be making just all kinds of cool different bubble teas and green teas and stuff like that that are going to be cold, hot, and I think it's going to be a very unique business. So now let me show you what we did. We've got a, like I said, 1976 Prowler RV, and we've modernized it. We do a lot of woodwork, and a lot of hours go into this wood grain. We have a lot of time spent sanding and clear coating and staining this wood to get this look. As you can see, this metal is original, and I put basically a textured spray paint over top of it, a few different layers just to hide any blemishes, but it is an original wood, so you have old and new in this trailer. What we did here was got some mason jars and some Edison bulbs, we got some gas pipe fittings, and we ran the 12-volt lighting in there, and it's got a cool feature where you can just fold this down and take the jar off and change the bulb whenever you need to. The wheels, the hubcaps on this thing are original. They're 40 years old, and we just cleaned them up. That's what the owner wanted. As you can see, come around here, there wasn't any fins on this thing originally, but I went ahead and constructed some fins. I think it's cool. It gives it a retro look. You've got the lights that are actually the blinkers and the flashers and the brake lights with these that are connected to the fins there. We also pulled the gas system to the back. It was in the front. So now you have the gas, and it goes in a shorter distance over to the stove, and actually also pushes gas to the water. So as we come around this side, as you can see, we've got the same lights, and these are the awnings, right? So these are going to open up. I want to show you how that works. Pop that. On this side, it's got a lock, and they just open up, and they're on gas shots. And we've got an LED light in here, and we've got a little grab strap. Makes it easier if someone's a little bit shorter to be able to grab them and close them down. We've got these little silver deals here, and what I use these for is I unscrew it and I mount something to it that basically breaks the wind and it prevents the wind from getting under the awnings when you're going down the road. They'll be able to actually use those for hanging signs or anything else that they want to add to it when they're open and operating. So as you can see, we've got the brand new windows in here. These are I got them from Lowe's, fairly cheap, but they're really good as far as insulation, keeping the heat out, keeping the cold out. The residential windows, as you can see, so it's going to make for a really good visibility for when people are in there working, and you got customers out here that can have tables and everything set up, and you can see what's going on inside, which I think is a cool feature for any company. Let's go inside and take a look at what we did. I got a residential door. I got this from Habitat for Humanity for like 20 bucks. I did the same textured tan paint on there. As you come inside, you can see we did a residential stainless vent hood and residential stainless oven. This is actually a convection oven, and I had to convert it to propane. We did all custom cabinets in here, and you got to have a triple sink set up with a hand sink, so we did that. And you know, as you can see, we did the faux brick along the bottom, and we've got a brand new power system in here. If you look at the ceiling, I've got these beams, and I've done this on the last 3 trailers of mine. What it does is it adds a lot of strength, but it gives it a pretty cool look. I put a service counter right here that can fold up and down. This is probably where they're going to actually serve their drinks out of. And if you look down here, this faucet here is reverse osmosis. So you've got the freshwater tank feeding the reverse osmosis filtration system down there, and this tank right here is pressurized, and it pushes that good, clean, all natural filtered water up to this faucet here. So when you're drinking tea from Bruce Lee's Teas, it's going to be good, pure water. Guys, this trailer started out as the pea pod because it was ugly, green and white, beat up. We named it Huckleberry Finnz just because of the fins. Now it's going to be named Bruce Lee Tea. So if you could, visit Bruce Lee Tea, not Bruce Lee, although that's funny. Brews, B-R-E-W-S, Bruce Lee Teas on the internet, and you'll find our website as well, morrowcustomtrailers.com. Please check out our Facebook and follow us as we move on to the next project. All right, if you guys please go visit Morrow Boyz Custom Trailers on Facebook, and you can look at the Facebook page. We've also got morrowcustomtrailers.com, and now I wanted to show you guys some progress, how far we've gotten so far. So cut out the spots where the windows are going to go. We're going to have new windows, and if you're looking at this now, you're going, wow, that is an ugly ass trailer, but it was uglier before, and it'll be beautiful when I'm done. If you go look at the before pictures, you'll see what I'm talking about, where the windows were and what it looked like before. So I'm going to put in huge residential windows as big as these holes that you can see, so it's going to be all glass. It's going to be beautifully trimmed out with wood that I'm gonna do some cool color schemes I'll tell you about here in a second. But it's gonna be glass all the way around it. If you can see how big and open that's gonna be, and when all the detail and all the woodwork is on there and around the windows, all the trim and when it gets painted, it's gonna be ridiculous. So going inside, you can see it's fully gutted. There's still some soft spots, wood rot, that I've got to get to. But what I've done is I've basically built a cage for the structure. I wanted to completely strengthen the structure, so I've got new beams just everywhere, strengthening the whole thing. I mean, this thing was wobbling. You could just push it back and forth and the whole thing would rock and roll. Now all these beams are in place and holding the ceiling up really, really strong. It was sinking a little bit. Now it's perfectly level. You can see where the old wood is, where I put the new beams. All the bracing that I've put in, and the new studs, and the new framework around where the windows are going to go. you can see what I've done there. This trailer has a slant on the roof in the front and in the back, so I had to do some custom notching to make sure that the beams stay level. Same thing in the back over there. But just a little bit of a sneak peek. What I plan on doing is I'm going, before I put the windows in, I'm gonna pretty much do a flat black textured. It's gonna be like rhino lining. So it's gonna have a rough sandpaper-like flat black everywhere that there's metal, and then around the windows I'm gonna put trim that I'm gonna stain with a black ebony stain, which is pops out the grain. It's got reds and oranges and black, and it's just ridiculously gorgeous. You're gonna see that sitting on top of that flat black. It's gonna really pop. The floor is gonna be tongue and groove. I don't know what color I'm gonna do yet, but maybe we'll keep that like a natural wood color and just clear coat it all out. Anyway, so imagine it flat black, just pristine looking with the beautiful trim, brand new air conditioner, brand new windows. Everything that is metal is all going to be painted. It's gonna look sick. Update number 2 on the pea pod. We out here moving kind of quick. I got the paint. I did a flat black rhino liner, so it's textured. I got the trim around the windows. The windows are in, as you can see. There is a lot of progress been made. I'm going to still be adding a lot of trim, a lot of detail back over here, in between everything, between the windows and all around the door. The door still has to go in over here. But you know, when all that trim right there is stained, it's gonna be an ebony. It's got like orange and red grain that pops out. Looks really cool, and I'm gonna add some sort of pinstriping. But making some pretty good progress. I don't have much trim done over here yet, but it's got the window in. It's all painted. As you can see, the texture on this paint, it's like what you would put in the back of a truck, bed liner. So it's actually like 3 different textured paints from Home Depot, as well as some flat black over that. So I'm going to put some cool details on top of that whole tongue setup here. I'm going to do some wood across there, and it's going to be looking real good. So anyway, that's where we are. Of course, on the inside, we got new skeleton in there, new bones, all just making it real strong. We got the new AC mounted on the roof. Brand new AC, so this thing's gonna blow snowballs. Super strong, super sturdy, like new. It's gonna have a whole new power system and everything. Once it's fully trimmed out, you won't see any of the ugly stuff. It'll look brand new. And somebody, hopefully, will fall in love with it. Please check out Morrow Boyz Custom Trailers on Facebook and morrowcustomtrailers.com, and you can see you know, all of our other projects, all the previous projects that we've done. Please go check those out. Tell us what you think.